Why should you kiss the frog? Yeah, you heard the question right. Why should you kiss the frog? Let me start with a very interesting story. I'm sure some of you would have heard this during your childhood days. Once upon a time, far, far away, there lived a king who had a beautiful daughter who was a princess. They lived in a castle surrounded by a very large forest. For her birthday one year, the king gave her a golden ball as present. In the middle of the forest, there was a very, very big pond. Whenever the princess was bored, she would sit by the pond and play with her golden ball. It was her favorite toy. One day, she dropped the ball into the water. The pond was so deep that she could not see the water. Poor princess was very, very upset that she began to cry. When she was crying very, very loud, she heard a voice from the pond. And it was a big, ugly frog in the water asking the princess, "Why are you crying, princess?" She said the frog that she has lost her golden ball and again started crying. Then the frog told her, "If you promise to be my friend, allow me to eat from your plate and sleep in your bed, then I will fetch you your ball." Princess replied to him that, "I am promising that I will do whatever you have said." The frog dived down to the pond and swam up with the ball in his mouth. And the princess was so happy, she picked up the ball and ran away. Princess was not ready to fulfill the promise, but later on that day, when the princess sat down to have her dinner, she heard a noise of knocking at the door. She opened the door and was shocked to see the frog. Seeing this, king asked her what happened, and the princess explained the entire story and her promise to the frog. After listening to her, the king then said that you have promised, and if you have promised something to the frog, you will have to do it and go and let him in. Then princess went to let the frog inside the house. The frog hopped after her, jumped onto the table, started eating food from her plate. The princess did not want to, but knew she had to keep her promise. The frog ate till the frog was full. After that dinner, the frog wanted to sleep and asked the princess to take him to the bed. Princess started to cry because she did not want to sleep in the same bed as the slimy frog because it was looking very ugly, but the king insisted that if you have promised, you have to take him. So when they were about to sleep on the same bed, the frog and the princess, frog told the princess that there is one more thing which you have promised, that you have to give me a kiss, a good night kiss. The princess felt yucks, right? It's quite difficult to kiss that ugly frog. She thought of her golden bowl and remembered what she had promised. So she shut her eyes and kissed that frog. Suddenly the frog had turned into a handsome prince. He told the princess that he had been changed from a prince to a frog by a curse by somebody, and that she is the only one person who can set him free. Soon they became very good friends. They got married and they lived happily. There are two very important learnings in this story. The number one learning is keep your promises. Promise less, but deliver whatever you are promising. That gives delight to the person whom you are promising. Whatever your promise may be, it could be right from the childhood which you are promising, or it could be in your job, it could be in your family relationship, it could be with your friends, but whatever you promise, keep your promise. That is number one learning from the story. Number two learning from the story is, you might get a prince if you kiss that ugly frog, which simply means success to you will come only if you are ready to do difficult things. Let's take some examples. If you want to reduce your weight, your kissing the frog is eating less and exercising hard. It's very difficult. It's exactly like kissing that frog. If your prince is that good marks in your examination, kissing the frog is like studying many number of hours. So if you want to achieve something in life, you should be ready to do that difficult thing, which is kissing the frog.